Solo travel is dangerous. Who said that?
Life is dangerous.
Life is dangerous. Your neighborhood is dangerous.
Life is dangerous. Like, you just wake up and it's like all this stuff happening.
We watched Taken too many times.
Yeah, I've had people tell me that they
Liam
won't
Neeson
go to certain
ruined us.
places because of movies.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah. I mean, no shade, no tea for what I'm about to say, but
Oh, gosh.
that's why you still ain't go no.
That's true.
I mean,
Hostel keeping you from going places is crazy.
Like, if you think about it, there's so many people. I get these DMs and these comments every day with people that are like, I wish I could. I want to. Mm-hmm. Oh, that looks like it would be so great.
I would love to solo travel.
Where is all of these wishes, wants, and I would love to's and no actions?
Yeah.
I never understand the like, so you would love to, so why don't you? Mm-hmm. And I'm not saying it like you can't or like you got to do what I'm doing, but I'm genuinely kind of just like, so why
What's
not?
stopping you? Yeah.
Because if you want Chick-fil-A today, you gonna go to Chick-fil-A.
And that's dangerous. Hey, y'all.
Hey, y'all. Hey, welcome to another episode of Travel
Fly Sexy.
I'm your co-host, Natasha Terrell, owner of Travel Goddess International.
And I'm your co-host, Sincerely Jasmine, founder of Boss Babes Love Brunch.
Period. This episode is for the solo travelers.
Or the soon-to-be solo travelers, because we know y'all want to take that solo trip.
That part.
But you need all the encouragement and inspiration and motivation and all of that to actually book that solo trip. And I get it, because I was that person too.
Yeah, it's a leap of faith, but once you take the leap, ain't no coming back.
They can't come. You will be like, don't even ask me.
Don't even bother. I'm still going. So anyway, this episode is all about busting those myths that are associated with solo travel. Okay,
Yes.
debunking so that we can deplane.
Period.
Okay, because you gotta go so that you can deplane. Okay, you see what I did there?
Period.
But before we jump into all of that, a little bit of gotta smell from our inbox to yours. What's going on in the world of travel, Jazz?
Yeah, so we got some good news this week. Speaking of deplaning, we are getting you on these planes a little bit quicker because JetBlue is now accepting Venmo.
Shout out to them.
So you will now be able to pay with your Venmo account, which we know includes your Venmo balance, your Venmo debit, as well as Venmo now has credit cards. So if you do have a credit account with them, you can utilize any of your finances attached to your Venmo account to book a JetBlue flight.
That's pretty innovative.
Yeah.
I think that's neat.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah. I read that it right now is only available when you're booking directly with JetBlue and booking directly on their website.
Yes.
So it says that it'll be available in their mobile app later this year. But yeah, I mean, like, if you got a Venmo balance,
Yeah.
because somebody sent you some coins and you want to use them on a flight, you can.
Especially if you're like one of those people who like maybe has a roommate or has like a partner that you're like constantly like Venmoing back and forth, and you really do have like a solid balance that's always in your app instead of having to transfer it and worry about those extra days or the extra fees to transfer it.
Yeah.
You can just use that account like it's a bank account.
Or if you are the person who plans the group trip and everybody is
There
sending
you go.
you the money.
Yep, that's so
you
true.
don't have to do the extra layer or extra step.
That's smart. That actually does make it easier. Just Venmo
just do
me
it.
and I'll book all of our stuff, all of our flights.
Now, let me not be a hypocrite, because while that is convenient, that's a little suggestion I just made. Maybe no points left behind. So I'm going to still deposit
I'll book
it.
my own.
I'm going to book it with my credit card.
Absolutely.
Because I need the points.
Venmo credit card might have some little point system though. I don't know.
I don't know. I haven't looked that far into
That would be
it.
cute if JetBlue and Venmo did a little thing with the points.
That would be cute.
That
People
would be
gotta
cute.
Pay
Come
attention
on.
now. Stay tuned for the tea.
But-
But yeah, I thought that this was pretty cool news.
Yeah, it's different.
Innovative. And obviously they're not necessarily the first airline to accept a third-party payment option.
Right.
But I think that they're the first one to accept a payment option like this.
Absolutely.
Like a Venmo
or Cash App or
Yes.
something. Yep, exactly. Yeah, I've never heard of anyone taking Venmo.
We know other airlines accept, PayPal or Klarna,
Klarna,
all
yeah.
of those things. But like basically like payment to payment like this.
Yeah.
It's pretty neat.
Yeah, that's decent.
Hopefully people will work this out or like use this so that we can get more
Let us
tea,
know.
see
Yeah, how it
works.
is. I'm not a big Venmo girly, so I
Me
probably won't be
either.
using it. Also, not the biggest JetBlue girly.
Yeah, I guess I don't book a lot of JetBlue flights, but that's just based on where you are located.
Absolutely, yeah. So if you're a Venmo girly, like in JFK, let us know how it goes.
Because I do
that's
know
where
like
the
JFK
JetBlue
people,
flights.
they JetBlue stands.
That's where the JetBlue flights are, yeah. And I like
Non-stop.
JetBlue. We don't have it.
A lot of them.
Yeah.
Or a lot of nonstop ones either. Mm-hmm. They do have a good point transfer value. Like if you get points with JetBlue, you can do a lot with your JetBlue.
Yeah, they got a good like system program.
Yes. So, worth considering JetBlue should you want to. But accepting Venmo is pretty cool. With that being said, whether you book JetBlue or Spirit or Emirates to take the solo trip,
Period, Emirates.
take the trip. Period, Emirates.
That's a fly solo trip. I like that. I like that for
the
you.
girlies be taking
Yeah.
what looks like solo trips. Let me not assume.
Yeah.
They be taking the trips that look solo and they Emirates first class real bad.
Love it.
They be all over the timeline. We love that for them.
We love a good solo trip.
Yes. So let's bust some myths.
Yes.
Myths is actually a difficult word. I don't know.
Myths.
I feel like you need to
yeah.
enunciate.
TH is just. We also from Philly, so we say everything weird.
I know. So like I'm like,
excuse us.
Let's bust some myths. But it somehow it sounded like it had an F in it.
Y'all know what we talking about. Y'all see it in the title.
That part. So first one on the list. By the way, this list is 10, just so you guys know. That's how deep we're getting into it. First one. Why do we assume that you have to be an extrovert to travel solo?
Yeah.
I disagree with this. And obviously that's why it's a myth. Because two reasons. One, I'm like a intro extrovert.
Same.
I know you are. So it's kind of like we can get overstimulated easily. And therefore, I don't want to be bothered. So therefore, solo works for me.
Yeah, absolutely. I can give extrovert energy, but I also can give very much to myself, like real slow type of day. So yeah.
Agreed.
But I also think because of that, that myth is because people think travel equals turning up. And it's like, that's not what travel means. You can take a solo trip and solo travel and you don't have to be in the clubs. You don't have to be out partying, like, talking to everybody you come into contact with. Yeah. Like, you just don't. You can literally take a solo trip and be by yourself because that's what a solo trip is.
Yeah. Yeah. And obviously, you'll meet people along the way.
Absolutely.
You decide to have a conversation or you don't have to because nobody's making you do anything because it's your trip. So whether or not you are an introvert or an extrovert, I feel like there's a balance to it.
It's still your trip. No.
It's definitely still your trip. And low-key, introverts probably do better.
Absolutely, because you feel comfortable and you're not, like, I'm already to myself anyway.
Yeah.
so like, this is easy.
Yeah, and like, I'll be honest in saying sometimes in my extroverted portion of my mind, I feel compelled sometimes to interact or to do something. And it's like, the reality is, no. I literally don't want to talk to anybody.
And the reality is also you're by yourself. So doing too much can be dangerous.
That's a good point too.
Being a little too out there while you're by yourself, saying a little bit too much to everybody can be a safety hazard. Like, don't be too out there, too extroverted and end up getting kidnapped.
Not kidnapped to the extreme.
Yeah, so
we're supposed to be encouraging the people that travel.
I know, but just don't be too hyped. That's all.
No, you're right. No, that's the fact.
Like, if you're a super energetic person, reel it in a little bit.
That's the fact.
Yeah, because
definitely don't be spilling too much tea.
Everybody don't need to know you by yourself.
That part.
That's the main thing.
That's the main thing.
Yeah.
Nope, my friends are back at the room, or my friends are meeting me,
or come back to my room. Like, if you're one of those people where you're like, let's pregame. I'm like, everybody don't need to know you by yourself. You can go pregame with them or meet them, but like, don't let. Yeah. So that's where you got to set boundaries as extroverts. So
because the extroverts could do too much.
Now they at your room pregaming, and
now they know where your room is.
Now they know where your room is.
It's a lie.
Yeah. Now it's just Next on our list, we have solo travel being only for single people.
Right.
And that's such an interesting myth because I actually had a conversation, like a group conversation about that. And some people truly do think that.
I know they
like,
do.
They're like, if you're in a relationship, why are you traveling alone?
Literally, they think that.
What are you talking about? Because
Yeah.
I want to go somewhere. Like, what does that have to do with anything?
Exactly.
I'm not going to go on a date. I'm just going.
Just going.
Like, I don't see the correlation.
Right.
And it's like this codependent thing, I guess, when you're in a relationship that people just think like, oh, because you're in a relationship, you should be doing this with your partner. I also know people who are like, I save travel for being with a partner. Like, so there's destinations or opportunities that I won't take until I'm with,
Yeah.
my partner.
I've heard people say that a lot about Paris.
So, yeah, exactly.
And I'm like, well, number one, you're missing out because Paris is a great solo travel
And I went to Paris by myself and loved it and loved on myself in Paris. And it was so romantic.
Yes.
Like,
to yourself.
So romantic. Such a romantic time. It's such a romantic city. But yeah, you do not have to be single. I mean, being single is a plus.
Because you ain't got nobody, you ain't got to worry about it.
You don't got to worry about nobody worry about you.
You can bust your moves, you ain't got to check in.
Yeah, absolutely. But you don't got to worry about the time difference.
Yes.
Because you in Paris and your boo is here. That can cause a little.
Yes.
But other than that, I mean, anybody can still travel.
Yeah. It's interesting, especially for when I think about myself in this, when you said the time zone, that is usually the thing where it's like, I remember being in India and the time zone being so drastic where Kyrie and I literally only talked in the morning when I was waking up because he was winding down, and then the reverse at night when I'm winding down and he was waking up. And granted, we don't even talk that much anyways when we're traveling because we understand each other so much. There is no like,
what you doing?
Yes. It's like, let me just at least touch base one time a day so you know I'm alive and I know you're alive. But we also realize that when we're away, we're both doing the thing that brings us the most joy.
Absolutely.
When I'm away, I'm traveling, and that is my heart and my passion. When he's home, he's working, he's filming, he's doing those things. So
you respect it.
We respect it. It's fine. Like, I'm going to book the flight.
Hello.
Married and all. I'll be outside.
Period.
What you say, Ricky? We ain't gonna repeat it. Anyways, next up on the list.
The most important one.
The most important one. The most
opinion.
important myth. Solo travel is dangerous. Who said that?
Life is dangerous.
Life is dangerous. Your neighborhood is dangerous.
Life is dangerous. Like, you just wake up and it's like all this stuff happening.
We watched Taken too many times.
Yeah, I've had people tell me that they
Liam
won't
Neeson
go to certain
ruined us.
places because of movies.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah. I mean, no shade, no tea for what I'm about to say, but
Oh, gosh.
that's why you still ain't go no.
That's true.
I mean,
Hostel keeping you from going places is crazy.
Like, if you think about it, there's so many people. I get these DMs and these comments every day with people that are like, I wish I could. I want to. Oh, that looks like it would be so great.
I would love to solo travel.
Where is all of these wishes, wants, and I would love to's and no actions?
Yeah.
I never understand the like, so you would love to, so why don't you? And I'm not saying it like you can't or like you got to do what I'm doing, but I'm literally genuinely kind of just like, so why
What's
not?
stopping you? Yeah.
Because if you want Chick-fil-A today, you're going to go to Chick-fil-A.
And that's dangerous. Like, there's danger in everything. Like, let's be honest. I hate like people who, well, excuse me, I don't hate people. I hate the idea of living in the like what ifs.
Yeah.
So it's like, what if I go here and blah, blah, blah. It's like, well, what if you go to Chick-fil-A and they get robbed at gunpoint?
Yeah.
Like, like that is a possibility. Like, but yeah, I think obviously travel can be dangerous. Everything can be dangerous. But I think just to add the layer of being by yourself, just be cautious, like, and we talk about travel tips in general, but like when you're by yourself, just be super cautious. There's tools, there's different like technology that you can have. But yeah, just that's even like in the city. Like, anything,
you
just
could
be safe.
We take ourselves on solo dates all the time.
Yeah.
Guys, like it's it's giving the same. It's just my area code.
I just go into the airport. Yeah, that's the only difference is like an airport instead of an Uber.
And I understand that everyone's logic is different. You see being abroad or just even being in another city as unfamiliar territory. And so when you're unfamiliar and uncomfortable, you tend to make judgments, whether knowingly or just off of
subconsciously.
Yeah. So definitely subconsciously. And you haven't actually tried or done or have real evidence.
And that scary mentality will keep you from doing a lot of things.
Well,
like not just traveling.
That's why you ain't doing it.
Yeah, not just traveling, like, but now you're not doing anything. Like, yeah. So like
that's nuts.
Just try it. And if you feel unsafe, then don't do it. Invite your friends next time. But yeah, worth a shot. We do it. Look, we here.
You gotta do it one time.
Yeah, I was literally my most recent trip. I was just literally like about to make a little tipsy post of like, just take that trip by yourself. Like, just do it. Yeah, and I was like, I didn't make the tipsy post, but I just always feel like
I wish you would have.
I know. I'll probably still make it. Even though I'll be home in my living room, still tipsy. But yeah, it'll still be relevant because I'll like recap. Yeah, I'll still do it. But I always feel compelled to motivate people to just take that trip, even if it's like a domestic thing. One of my very first vacations in general was by myself. And I just went on a flight. I had a friend who lived cross country, and I'm like, okay, cool, I'll come see you. She was in school, so I had to figure out my own thing while she was in class and stuff. So it was like a nice introduction of still having someone there as a support, but like I still was by myself and, you know, figuring out the flow on the plane by myself, figuring out, you know, commuting by myself. I just feel like it's such a good feeling. Like,
you feel empowered, and especially as women, you know, there's something to be said about that level of execution.
And the girls be outside. I feel like girls of Travel Fly Sexy.
Before we jump into today's episode, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to us on YouTube and listen wherever you get your podcasts.
And make sure that you're following us on Instagram and TikTok at Travel Fly Sexy.
And of course, if you have a product or service that you'd like to see featured on an upcoming episode of Travel Fly Sexy, shoot us an email at info@travelflysexy.com.
Now let's get back into the episode. Like girls solo travel more than men. I'll have to look into the stats on that, but like the girls be outside.
Because we are done waiting and we're taking life in our own hands.
Because don't wait for that man to take you, girl. Do not wait for that man to take you to Paris.
Because girl, and then y'all done tomorrow, and now you wait for the next man to take you to Paris.
Hello. I mean, he could still take you, but you take yourself. So then when he come around, you'd be like, I done been to Paris.
I've been there, so what else you got?
Hello.
Okay. Hurry it.
And that's actually a good transition to our next point, which is you'll get lonely solo traveling.
I don't know where that came
from. And like there's people everywhere. It's not just you. Just because you're by yourself does not mean that you're by yourself. Like you're not going to just be at empty restaurants, empty hotels, like just hello.
Like anyone home?
There are people in the world. Like there's servers, there's bartenders. You don't have to be an overly social person or like an extrovert like we mentioned earlier to still get that social interaction. I had some of my best conversations on solo trips by myself, Uber drivers at the bar. Like just so many tips on a destination. You never know. Like, I've never felt lonely.
No,
homesick maybe. After a while, you might be like, okay, I'm ready. Let's take a step back.
I would give you that.
Yeah, but lonely, no.
Yeah. And if I do, I'm going downstairs to the bar.
Right. There's somebody. Like there is somebody. You're guaranteed to interact with one person on a solo trip that is going to be like, that's my friend. It could be your bartender. It could be the person at the front desk, at check-in, or, you know, you're going to find a person that you're going to build a connection with. And you're like, oh, they nice. They make me like this place. Like, you know, so, yeah.
And I always say that travel is an icebreaker. Like,
absolutely.
Every time I'm in
where
a
you
new
from,
space.
What brought you here? You got any suggestions on where I should go? Where are you from? Are you from here? Born and raised? Like, that's my favorite. Like, you born and raised here? Oh, what keeps you here?
Yeah. Yeah. So if you're like, I don't know what they talk about because I don't like to talk to people and I don't know what to say.
I'm dead.
Because that's people.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's a real thing.
People take your book, baby. You don't got to talk. Because if you don't want to talk to people, you're not gonna feel lonely anyway. Like you don't like people, so just take your book and vibe out. Because I know solo travelers like that as well. Where I have a client who he often solo travels, and he just takes his book and he does his thing, and he's usually keeps to himself. But then on the other hand, he's super social as well. So like when he wants to pop out and like go into the lobby or go somewhere and like have a good time, he can. But he also just usually uses solo travel to disconnect and just be alone.
Yeah, I guess it just depends on your purpose for the trip.
Yeah, I like a little bit of both.
Yeah. Oh, child, I don't know. I just be like, do I want to go outside? Do I not want to go outside?
Literally, because sometimes I'll just sit there and be like, like there's been times where I've been by myself, not at the Uber Eats or like or DoorDash to the hotel. I'm like, I don't feel like that right now, and that's fine too.
It is.
You get you a little drink in the lobby or whatever is near where you are, and you don't gotta do too much.
I've done both, and I've done days where I've stayed in the hotel all day.
Oh yeah, me too.
Because I'm like, I'm gonna decompress. This is great. Then I take myself out to a dinner. Enjoy it, come back at a reasonable hour, get some good rest.
Yep. A little tipsy, go to sleep.
I love it. It's a vibe. Next up on the list is solo travel is more expensive. Or it's just more expensive to travel alone, and period.
Yeah.
No, granted, that's layered. It's layered because, yes, if you are used to splitting the costs of rooms or accommodations and things like that, sure, you are now responsible for the total of the balance.
Yeah.
But I feel like there's ways around that. Even if I think about when we went to Colombia and I wanted to stay, in a different hotel. One would say I was solo, even though my friends were around the corner. But I didn't necessarily incur costs by doing that because I opted to use points. So there's that. There are tons of free tours.
Yes.
When you are traveling.
Yes.
Walking tours.
Everywhere.
Bike tour. There's so many free things to do.
Absolutely.
And usually as a solo person, you'll actually find availability. You'll find other solo travelers, yes. But then you'll also find last minute availability.
Because it's just you.
You.
Reservations. You don't even got to worry about it. You can't get a reservation, just go. You'll still, they got you. You'll sit, they going to find a seat.
There are positives to that, but definitely the free things. Obviously, we talk about shared transfers versus private transfers. Shared transfers is a great way to keep costs down and meet people.
Yep.
So it has balances. It has pros and cons, but it's not necessarily just flat out just because I'm solo means I'm spending more money.
Yeah. And I mean, I can attest to actually going on solo trips that are really reasonable. So like you said, it's like whether it's points or, monitoring a flight, you'll be surprised that the rooms really aren't that much of a difference from single to double occupancy, depending on the destination. Like now, if we're talking all-inclusive, that's a bit different because you're splitting the all-inclusive cost for two people to now it being,
Yeah, they typically charge you more for occupying the room as a solo person because it could be getting more if it was more than one person.
Exactly. So that's the one where I can say you'll probably incur a little bit more, but you're also paying for everything. So you get your food, your drinks, and everything, and you don't really have to spend any extra money on those type of vacations. But yeah, I think you actually be surprised the price difference when it comes to those regular hotels of oh, this was not that much different versus us sharing a bed or me getting my own. And sometimes we'll do that where it's like, we could just get solo rooms
because it's not that big of a difference.
Exactly.
For sure. Yeah. So again, don't price yourself out of experiences.
Absolutely. Now you're like, I can't afford that.
You didn't even check.
Yeah, I've literally taken solo trips for under $500 to other countries by myself. I actually have another trip coming up later this month, $550 by myself. Beautiful hotel, round trip flight, all of that. So definitely don't price yourself out. Even if it's a quick little local trip, you can do solo for a fair price.
You can. So look it up before you say, I can't. Because you can.
Yeah. This next one is another one of my favorites. You have to stay at hostels.
I hate this myth.
Yeah. And some people like staying at hostels. When that's how a lot of solo travelers get their social interactions of connecting with community and finding activities and things to do.
I just don't like that it's immediately associated with solo travel.
Me either. Yeah.
Just because I'm solo traveling means I got to be in a hostel sharing a room.
Yeah.
How
Hostels
did I
are crazy.
get there? I didn't do that.
Hostels are crazy. Like, if that's your thing, by all means. But you have to really be like a community person. Like, you are like, I am looking for friends. I want to make friends and family on this trip. That's my brother now. Because sharing the bathroom is crazy. Sharing the bathroom, sharing the bed, like bunk beds is nuts. But if that's what you want to do it. You don't have to.
I had one hostel experience in my entire life.
I never stayed in a hostel.
And this is because I let someone book the travel.
And she said, never again.
Ever again. It was a while ago. This was maybe 2016.
Okay.
Possibly 17. Nevertheless, a little while ago. And it was my first trip to Iceland. And I feel like my friend found it on Airbnb.
Okay.
I think that was what it was. So when we got there, we did have our own room in this whole house of all the people having their own rooms and sharing the common spaces and a couple of bathrooms.
I lied. Now that you said that, I have done that as well.
But that wasn't what I thought. I mean,
yeah, it wasn't like the typical hostel experience.
I feel like it was. I feel like they just was selling the rooms on Airbnb.
It sounds like a bed and breakfast. We did a bed and breakfast in Italy.
Fair enough, but I didn't see like someone in charge of the house.
Oh, okay.
I just saw we had like somebody 20-year-olds
okay
up in this house.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, well, I mean, but it wasn't bad. But I also realized
how many rooms were there?
It was at least like 8 to 10 rooms in there. It's a big house. And again, it was nice, but again, it was also like, that was a different time. I feel like
mine was, that's why when you said that, I'm like, mine was back in 2016, 2017 as well. And it wasn't as weird.
And Airbnb was
and
like
we were in Europe as well. Yeah. And I'm like,
But I also realized this is not my style.
Not for me. Never again. Never did it again. But I didn't hate that experience. It was literally like a bed and breakfast. We had our own little room and everyone came out into like the little common space for breakfast and the host, like, it was cute.
Yeah.
But that was the first and last time that I needed to. And that was one night we did that. So, yeah.
So, I mean, granted, you do not have to stay in a hostel.
Absolutely not. Because we have taken several solo trips and we both can say we've done a hostel once,
and that was by accident.
Definitely was an Airbnb. Like we definitely booked it on Airbnb. And we thought it was just a private room, which it was. Yes, it was a private room,
but shared common space.
Shared bathroom was crazy. I just don't like that.
Yeah, I was like, oh my gosh, I need water shoes. This is college.
Yeah, this is crazy. Yeah. I mean, if you want to travel like that and solo travel and build a community and have social, like, it does add to the social engagement of the trip. It gives you people to constantly interact with and, people you can possibly spend your days with. So,
yeah, but I mean,
you don't have to.
At that juncture, though, would you consider like joining like a
travel group? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like,
and that's also, I feel like where times are different now because back then, like where we're speaking like 2016, 2017, I feel like it wasn't as many options to do like group trips. Whereas now, if you want to go to Iceland, you could literally look up like Iceland group trip 2025.
And like go with people, but still have
your solo experience.
Yes, but you're at least associated with a group of folks.
That's true.
Yeah. Interesting. Next up on the list, because I'm gonna tell you right now, this is false.
Yeah, we do this everywhere.
I do this at home.
Absolutely.
Nevertheless, the myth of it's awkward to go out to eat alone. Girl, what?
If y'all don't like yourself, just say that. Because I feel like y'all be talking yourselves out of spending time with yourselves. And I'm like, girl, you got to do it because you can't leave you. You cannot run from you. So you have to build some type of relationship with her because she is you.
Yes.
Unfortunately, not going nowhere. So like, if you can't go sit down with yourself,
then how you gonna ask me to come?
You can't go to Bella Noche's. No. You can't solo date. Then what you doing?
Yeah, I don't get that one at all.
Yeah.
Awkward.
Well, I get it. Some people don't even want to do it at home though. Like a lot of people do not being by themselves.
You're right. Oh,
I hate that for y'all. I love him. I'm my favorite date. I be like, girl, we are vibing.
Yes.
Like, girl, get another drink. Go. It's on me. Matter of fact, Get 2 entrees.
Get another drink. It's on me. To herself.
Be having a time. You're like, let me try this.
That's
then
facts.
guess what? It's still not expensive. It's just me.
Especially at a happy hour, baby. Go off.
Yeah, I love it.
Please go out. Please go out to
that
eat.
should be a first step to solo travel.
Dining with yourself. Dating yourself.
Yes.
Take yourself on dates.
I'm an only child, so I'll be by myself all the time.
And I'm an oldest child, so I be
like, I
by
ain't hanging
myself
with
all the time by choice because there's too many of y'all in this house.
Even when I was
go.
younger, I would be like, I'll go to the mall by myself and spend a whole day at the mall in the food court by myself. And people are like, wait, what? And I'm like, I gotta eat. I gotta go shopping.
Yeah,
like, why would I need people to go shopping?
Yeah, we're very similar in that regard. Where I'm not dependent on someone else to make something I want to do happen. I'm just gonna go.
I'm just gonna do it.
Just gonna go eat. You gotta eat.
Oh my God, I love trying new restaurants on solo trips. That's like the highlight of the solo trip.
It is, and you feel like so like accomplished.
And people love seeing people by themselves. They're like, so what brings you here?
Yes.
Like it's like just like, oh, table for one. Like you want a table or you want to sit at the bar? I want a table.
Yes.
I don't want to sit at the bar. I want a table. Like actually treat me like it's a whole table.
I want a host.
Yes.
I want a waitress.
Server. Yes.
I want all the things.
Bring me my pitcher of water, please.
I want a booth, matter of fact.
Right.
Because I'm about to order it down.
All right. Exactly. I need room on this table.
I had such a great solo date by myself when I was in Sweden. What was it? It's not even last year now. It's the year before. Jeez Louise.
Yeah, time's fine.
But oh my gosh, I just felt like her.
Yeah.
I was like, and I went this, and it was a brand new restaurant that was like, it was a New York based restaurant group, and I was like, oh, this is everything.
Yeah.
So, girl, I'm telling you, please go on a date with yourself.
Sorry, if you're a boy who listens to this, please don't be mad at us.
It applies.
Yeah,
it applies. But you know how girls are. We just be talking to girls. We just girls. But it applies. Nothing we says does not apply to the men.
Yeah, we want to see the boys take trips too.
Please. The boys should be outside.
The guys seem to be a little more hesitant to take those solo trips though.
Yeah, because, and I shouldn't say because, I don't know the reason, but the reason I think is who's going to do their stuff? Because women usually does the thing.
Not to me. Who's going to plan it?
I feel like that's why.
Where am I going to go? What am I going to do?
I feel like that's
true.
why.
That's why y'all hire us. I got you. I'll set up the itinerary, brother.
That's what I'm saying. Like, we talked about Paris already. Jasmine got a Paris itinerary on the website. I have a solo travel guide on the website. So act like you know. It's all the tips and tricks on how to have a successful solo trip and be safe. Like, we have the tools for success.
Yes,
but I feel like the men, they just be like, and I'm going to go here and then what?
Right. That's true. Men aren't planners.
So they be like, I'm going to just wait until she come around. Yeah. And she start acting right.
Y'all be wanting to go places too. And it's like a lot of, like, no offense, a lot of places y'all want to go, we don't want to go. Go do your thing. Like, do your big one.
I need an example. Because I be wanting to go everywhere.
I feel like, we be want to go everywhere. But like Miami is like a guy's place. I feel like Houston, I think, is great for guys as well, which obviously I love both of those places. But like, I'm fun. But like, I think when it comes to like vacations, it's not always the best place. Vacation. That's what I'm saying. You waiting for her to take the trip with you where you probably would have more fun by yourself or with your bros. Yeah. So that's what I more so mean. Like,
that's fair.
You have more fun at the clubs and in the lit places, I think, in my opinion.
Take your
But like, if you and your boo be having fun, vibe out.
That's facts.
Next on our list is solo travel is only when you have no one to go with. And that is so not true. Because a lot of the times we be wanting to go by ourselves. And people be like, oh, when the next time you go, let me know. I'm like, actually, this was planned intentionally. Like,
I'll be like, I'm gonna look
I wanted to be by myself for a little bit. I personally, at this point, like, have to have a solo trip plan. Like, I'm like, even if it's like a quick little local one, I'm like, it's just like, rejuvenates me.
I was about to say it's your reset.
It's like a reset. Like it's really the only time that I feel like I really kind of get to like disconnect and reset. Even if I'm still working and stuff like that, it's still like I just get to be by myself. I don't have to think too much. I don't have to talk too much.
Yeah, no, it's the truth.
I don't have to do too much. Like and then I get to do what I want. So it's just kind of like a reset
on your own time too. Yep,
I love it.
If you want,
Hey y'all, it's your girls of Travel Fly Sexy.
And guess what? Our Patreon membership is free until the new year.
That's right, no cost, just vibes.
So unlock exclusive content like behind the scenes of our trips, extended brunch abroads and goddess meals.
Plus bonus Q&A sessions, and you'll be the first to know about all the amazing things we have upcoming.
Period. So don't miss out on a chance to get VIP treatment. Click the link in our bio and sign up today.
Let's keep traveling and flying sexy together.
Period.
Yep,
I love it.
If you want to have a slow morning, you can have a slow morning.
Right. I don't leave till 12. Like,
And,
and it's like,
and then pop out in the afternoon.
now
you
if
don't
I'm
have
with
anybody
somebody,
that's
I'm like, we gotta be out at 8.
oh my gosh, what? Like, we came in here, we came this place to sleep and do work.
Yeah.
This is how I do my trip,
Yeah.
baby. So, like,
That's so
you can
true.
go outside. That's the other thing is sometimes when you have people with you,
Expectations.
or they just kind of feel like they can't bust a move on their own. It doesn't always
Well,
have
you
to
know
be.
me and you.
I know,
Like,
but
I be like, girl, I'm
we
going
are
here.
different. A lot of people do still have the codependency, no matter if they're in their hometown or in another place where
I hate that.
you can go. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm always going to start my day slow with some work.
Yeah.
I may wake up at 5 a.m. just because we might have pickup is at 8, and
But I gotta do
still
what I
got
gotta do.
work to do.
Yeah.
Like, so, but if we have a slow or we don't have any plans, I'm going to take some time and do some work.
Mess around, take the laptop to the coffee shop or to the beach or
the
wherever
beach,
we at,
get my
to the
ocean
lobby
views,
of
but
the
I
hotel.
still have a couple of things to do. Then I hit you at 11 or 12 and we up. It's up. I'm with you for the rest of the day. The laptop don't come back out, but that's my balance. So if it don't work for you, baby, go outside.
Yeah, I be pissing people off. They be like, please get off that laptop.
Go outside.
I'm like, go for a walk.
Yes.
Leave me alone. I will
Do
be
your
done
thing.
in 20 minutes.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's why it's like, yeah, if I'm so low, I chose it.
For sure. Somebody could have came.
Somebody could have
Somebody wanted to come,
Like,
actually.
and they probably asked me. And
Yeah,
I,
then as soon as they see, they be like, dang, why you ain't send me the flight info? Somebody actually did that with me on my last trip. Like, you ain't even tell me what day you was going. I was like, oh, I didn't know you was serious about trying to come.
child, I knew you was serious. I didn't want you to come.
That's another thing. People play too much. We not waiting on y'all. I said what I said. I told you the dates. Like, I'm not going to keep saying it.
And then, like, don't play with your traveling friend. Because
I'm going.
like, what is happening, y'all?
And now you mad on my story like, dang, I really would have went.
And now I'm mad
Why
at you for
didn't you?
commenting that because get out my story.
Why didn't you come then?
Because you just, you gassing it. Don't gas it.
Just take your own solo trip.
Just go ahead. Like, use these myths is busted. Go on your own trip.
Please.
Next up, people who travel alone are running away from their problems.
That'd be me. Second.
No! That is supposed to be a myth.
That'd be me. I gotta go. Y'all are stressing me out.
Jasmine definitely do say,
This
I gotta
too
go. Y'all stressing me
much.
out all
This
the
is
time.
Too much. I gotta go. I have to have a trip plan. Life is too stressful.
Oh my goodness.
But that's just me.
No, like, it's different if you're like resetting and
Yeah.
you're like, I need to regroup. I need the sand in between my toes real quick. Like, this is not giving.
And my problems aren't like problems. I take my problems with me. It's my laptop. Like, you know, like it's not like real life problems. I think
Yes.
this myth is more so like you leaving them kids, you leaving that man, you just like,
It's
you
a
leave
lot.
it right. You done left your house dirty. Like, you are just trying to get away from it.
Or the IRS is after you.
Yeah.
These is real problems.
Now,
You try to escape.
now they done met you at the in the
Now they
airport.
got you at the border.
Yeah,
It's a lot.
it's a
or
lot.
like the pilot. Remember the pilot from
Pilot got locked up.
pilot got locked up before takeoff. He was running away
Nobody's
from
going
his
nowhere.
problems.
Yeah, now none of us could go nowhere.
So yeah, like stuff like that where it's like, I mean, I get it
I do.
because I don't have, problems that I need to run away from that are that intense, but I can understand where that
Absolutely.
comes from. And I don't really know if that's like a myth buster as much as it's like a
It's not always true. It's subjective.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be a thing. And if you got a lot of problems and you need to plan a solo trip,
Plan
by
it.
all means,
Go.
take that weekend trip to reset. And, life is going to be there. Those things are going to be there. Work is going to be there, or not, because, apparently everything's disposable. But,
no shade, no tea.
yeah, but your life, you should still be able to live and do what you want to do. So even if a problem is a reason to motivate you to take the solo trip, take the solo trip.
For sure. Yeah. So many times I've gone, and then whatever the issue was that was plaguing my mind prior to,
you either come up with a solution.
I come up with a solution because I'm able to have that clear space.
Yep.
By not being in the same environment that's adding to the negativity.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So again, it's more than just book the trip. It's be kind to yourself. Like, this is a form of being kind to yourself.
That's so true.
Giving yourself grace, like allowing yourself to go through whatever the process is, and then coming out on the other side.
A better understanding.
Yes.
Like, one thing I will say, and so like we mentioned earlier, solo traveling can really make you feel so grateful. So even if it is a problem that you're running from, this is gonna be like, oh wow, whether it's something that's opening your eyes up to life in a different perspective, or if it's just enjoyment of life and you're just like, wow, even though that did suck, this isn't that bad. So I really do feel like traveling in general brings that joy, but solo travel, when you're by yourself and you just feel that gratitude, it's like, I could cry right now.
Literally. Because I'm so
it's
grateful.
been times I love it here.
Yes. Because you realize how much of a privilege it is to take a vacation, to step outside your comfort zone, to get on a plane. All of those things are such privileges.
Absolutely.
So yes, we do. Even all these years of traveling, we still get those moments of reflection that bring us to tears.
Every trip.
Because it is so much gratitude in what we do. So much gratitude in it.
Love it.
Love it so bad. We want it for you.
So our last myth is Ricky over there crying. We all about to cry. I actually did cry on my last solo trip because I was really grateful. But I'm emotional. Don't pay me no mind.
She's so cute, y'all.
So our last myth is you can only solo travel when you're young.
Child.
And if Auntie could do it, so can you. That is not true.
That ain't true. You just had a client.
Me, I'm Auntie.
You ain't Auntie. You ain't Auntie.
If I could do it, you could do it too, little niece.
Little niece. Ricky told us, who Auntie?
A girl turned 31 and it's just like,
now she Auntie. My neck, my back. Girl, I thought you was about to talk about your client who celebrated their 50th solo.
Oh, that was a good story.
You're
right. That was a good one. You're right. She snapped. She did that. That's my girl. Yeah.
You're nuts.
She's also going on one of the group trips this year.
Period.
And she's just really, we love her and I hope she's listening.
Yes. You're insane talking about yourself. But I will say, as we would call y'all endearingly, old heads, they be outside.
Absolutely. Because they got the time and the coin.
Okay.
Hello?
They retired.
And when it comes to
they just doing it one too.
You said expensive earlier, talk about money. They're not worrying about that. I can afford what I want.
Because I want what I want.
Auntie is out of the country buying Louis bags, and I love that.
Okay.
I love that.
Yes.
Yeah. I love seeing older people in general travel, whether solo or as couples or multi-generational travel, like with your family. It's just dope to see. So there is no age limit on solo travel or travel at all. I think also when you get to a certain age, you appreciate travel more because you worked so long and you did so many years of just life routinely that you're like, okay, I want to do something different somewhere else.
And something for me.
Absolutely.
Because sometimes people are empty nesters now. They sent the kids all the way off to college. They've done their part.
Yes.
Now they're
time to live.
We're outside.
And I love that for y'all.
Yeah. So
and I hope to be like that.
There's no age limit on the solo experiences. And I was so excited when you said she was turning 50.
Yes.
She said, I'm booking it, baby. I'm out.
I actually had someone message me earlier about planning a 50th solo trip. So we love it.
Do it. Please take the solo trip. Please. please,
Yes.
I beg you, because you will be so much better for it. I'm not even just saying that.
I love solo travel.
I am a better human because of the solo experiences that I've taken. And again, I just feel more empowered to tackle life after conquering a solo trip.
Seriously, you can't
tell me nothing.
I come up with my best ideas, solutions, thoughts on a plane by myself, going to a place by myself. Even if it's like I end up linking with somebody or being with somebody, I'm like, when I'm that moment of being by myself during that travel is when I have like the best thoughts, like the best ideas, like the best captions, like all of it is just it's coming to me, like
the best captions.
The brain just
captions matter.
Yes, I'm on a plane like, woof.
Oh, all right. Top tip for traveling solo:
be safe. Be safe. Like I said earlier, everybody don't need to know you by yourself. I think that's the biggest thing as a solo travel, especially as a woman solo traveler. Everybody does not need to know you're alone. You can say, oh, someone's back at the hotel. You know, I'm with a group. I'm here for work with a conference, blah, blah, blah. Like, you know, which I think that's an easy one where it's just like, I'm with a group. Like, you know, it's a lot of us. I'm not necessarily like locked in with somebody, but it's people here who got my back. But yeah, people don't need to know you're by yourself. Be safe. Do what you can do to be as safe as possible because you are by yourself.
Yeah. I would concur on that one for sure. And I can't harp on that enough. It's like, stop giving up the tape on yourself.
Yeah, right. And that's when that extrovertness is like, come on now. Everybody, you done took a couple shots and you screaming in the bar. I'm here by myself. I'm on my first solo trip.
Girl.
Why did everybody need to know that?
But I would say, in addition to that, is also date yourself, babe.
Period.
Please date yourself, whether it be in your city, another country. Please date yourself and feel comfortable doing that. I need you to find that comfort. I need you to start there because you do have to start somewhere. And I think that that's a good start. If you're working your way up to wanting to solo travel,
absolutely,
start dating yourself, taking yourself out to eat, go to the bar, go to the happy hour.
That's for the guys and the girls, though.
That's like, I said, babe.
Yeah, it's like that's the guys too. Like, I want to see y'all go out, get your little old fashioned, you know, get your little cocktail.
So I'm a guy.
I'm sorry. All right.
I'm just kidding.
Y'all know what I mean. She do be drinking some strong drink.
But you are correct. Everybody needs to start somewhere, but you do have to feel comfortable.
And just, I mean, to add on to dating yourself, like, spend time with yourself and like figure yourself out, like yourself. Like, you know, it's like solo travel is great, but like in general, like you have to be with yourself, whether it's here, at work, in another country, in another city, at a restaurant, at a bar, at a museum, you still gotta be with you. So I think just like getting comfortable with that and like knowing what you like and putting yourself, like, because if you're doing things that you like, you're not going to feel uncomfortable. So knowing like, okay, I like this, so it doesn't matter who's watching me. I came here to eat this food, you know, or I came here to do this activity, or I came here to go to this workout class because this is something I'm genuinely interested in, or whatever. Like, you know, so like, then it'll be less awkward when it's just like interest and things that you love and passions. It's like, well, this is fun.
Yeah. And I would also say, if you are doing or dating yourself and you're sitting there, I would encourage you to maybe try to scale back from the scrolling and just kind of be present. Like, it's
That's
cool.
true.
It's fine. Obviously, you're gonna gram it or you're gonna TikTok it for some time because you're by yourself. But I don't know, if you have something that you're working towards, or if you just have some goals in mind, or you just like, you have a conversation that you've been putting off and you're just trying to think of bullet points to address it correctly. Like, just something that allows your brain to do something else productive. I think it also stimulates areas that you're probably not using. And those are the areas of your brain that thrive in solo experiences.
For sure.
Like, Y'all know, y'all might not know, but I have a psychology background. So now I'm
Period.
like, I want y'all to be
Pull out that
great.
psych degree.
I do. I have a degree in
right.
psych. But I want y'all to be great. So like those are types of things that you have to consider because sometimes when you're doing mindless activities such as scrolling, you're not able to connect fully. So you may just be like, oh, well, they told me to go outside.
Yeah.
And I
Now
sat
you're
there the
just
whole
like,
time
and then you don't really value it because it's
didn't
just
have
like
the
it's the
same
same thing of you
effect.
doing it in your living room. Like you could have just
Exactly.
ordered Uber Eats for all that.
That part.
But yeah, definitely.
I'm off my soapbox though, guys.
No,
Take
that's-
the solo trip.
Yes. Book that solo trip. Even if it's close, even if it's just like a city over, even if it's a drive, you don't have to get on the plane. You can get on the train, you can get on the bus, you could take a quick little 2-hour drive. I know a lot of people start there where you just go to the city over and book a hotel.
Yes.
And now you're exploring a new city that you don't explore often, you know? So whether it's New York, DC, you know, Chicago, whatever is near you, just try something new.
Try it out. And travel for the food.
That's what I'll be doing.
Right. We'll travel for food.
Yeah. Yeah. My favorite thing to do while I'm by myself is listen to a podcast and eat.
There you go. Listen to us and eat.
Listening to this episode on a solo trip is a vibe.
Oh, empowered much?
Love that for you.
Come on.
Hey, y'all.
Hey, y'all. Hey, we know you're enjoying the episode, but we just wanted to remind you to leave us reviews.
Yes, you guys are always telling us in our DMs, messaging us, letting us know how much you love the podcast. And we're like, we love the feedback, but let's get it on paper.
Please. And of course, if you have suggestions of topics or destinations that you'd like us to cover, shoot us a DM or send us an email.
Yes. Now let's get back into the episode.
And of course, when you're ready to book that solo trip, you already know we got you. Or if you didn't know, but now you know today, Jasmine and I are both a part of Travel Goddess International, which is a full-service travel agency that can assist with bringing your next solo trip to life.
Period. So wherever you are going, whether a solo trip, a group trip, a vacation, head over to travelgoddessintl.com and we got you.
We definitely got you. We want you to be outside.
Period.
Solo is everything. And I love that so bad.
Yeah, I love solo trips.
I'm so excited for you because I know you have several solo trips booked this year. And I'm like, go off,
I
friend.
didn't take no solo trips last year. And like, obviously I love all my people, but like I do thrive in the solo trip. So I'm just like, it allows me to just like, you know, so I'm like, I gotta throw it in there because I want to be with y'all, but I need to be with me.
Because you ate Paris down. That's Paris, still to this day one of my favorite trips that you've taken.
I will still go back. Like I will go back by myself to like again. Like I'm just like it was so good.
Yeah, Paris is a great destination for solo.
It is
so good. All right, it's time for the travel deal of the week, guys. Yes. Sorry, it's not solo, but it could be. It's a good one. Okay, so if you're still on the fence about solo and you need somebody to go with, this is for two. So the travel deal of the week is a 6-day, 5-night trip to Greece.
Okay,
baby.
now.
Greece. Y'all notice my favorite.
That's
in early March.
Oh, good time too.
Round trip flights via Turkish Airlines. And the girls have been raving about Turkish. And
I never flew them.
The girls have been Turkish
good
first
reviews,
class and all the things.
Gotta do a little research.
The food, like Turkish is making its little one too.
Turkish.
So Turkish Airlines from IAD, Washington, D.C. airport with 4-star hotel accommodations at Saronida. Child, because that joint, I was practicing that like literally all day. And I was like, what is this word? Saronida Hills. A mess. But
that sounds
nevertheless,
like a name.
It does.
Sharonda.
And I'm like, ooh, that name crazy, girl. Got it too. Because I will definitely tell somebody their name is wild really quickly with love. But I'll be like, well, girl, that's a lot.
Please get Tasha. That is crazy. You be like, your mom was in her bag with that one, Sharonda. You silly.
Nevertheless, that girl named Hotel. All of that, guys. 6 days and 5 nights in the Greece, but specifically the Athens Riviera.
I was just about to ask.
Which is...
yes.
It's so beautiful over there. It's so beautiful. It's like exactly what it sounds like. It's like if you took Riviera Maya, Mexico, and dumped it in
Greece.
Yes, it's so beautiful. Yeah, guys, all of that. $760 a person.
For Greece?
For Greece.
Wow.
I could melt in this seat.
That's really good.
That is nuts. The flight to Greece is that or more.
Oh, way more.
What?
Yeah. It's like 12.
You guys, I don't think you heard me.
That's
6
crazy.
days and 5 nights, waterfront property, Turkish Airlines flights from Washington, D.C., and accommodations at this hotel on the hill.
Yeah, that's less than $100 and like $10 a day.
$760, girl.
That's
Because you
crazy.
can't tell me you're not traveling this year or you're waiting to What are we talking about?
Yeah, that especially for a destination like that.
Especially for Greece, it's on everyone's bucket list.
Yes, it's on mine.
Like, I know we have to get you there because
I know. I can't believe I
wait
haven't
till we
been
talking
to Greece
about
yet.
Greece with you.
I know. I can't believe I haven't been yet.
This is like
Maybe
this is getting
maybe
old.
this is selling me. I don't know.
It's getting old now. Nevertheless, this is an exclusive travel deal, so you already know a membership is required to access. So that what is it, $17 a month now, guys, will get you access to the details of this travel deal, and then you can book it and be outside because what?
Period.
And this is early March, so like this is like the college spring break time.
Yeah, that's a good time to be in Greece as well, though, weather-wise.
Yeah, I mean, it's like right about basically their spring. So you're getting like cooler temperatures, but still sun is out.
And yeah,
It's all good, baby.
because the
It's all
summer
good.
could probably be a little hot.
Summer is blazing hot. And it's
Yeah,
also so many people. But if that's what you get into, I usually am the opposite. I'm like, let me go when there's not
Before
as many
everybody
people.
get there, yeah.
Because I get overwhelmed. We just talked about being, overstimulated. It's too
Now just
much.
in the room in Greece.
Yes, because it's too much. I can't do it. You got the heat and the people.
It's too much.
Too much. So click the link in the show notes and do your big one. Because what? $760 for
on.
Greece? Now, do they have brunch in Greece? Probably. And I
feel like
in Athens,
Mediterranean
probably
type-
Santorini. Yeah,
Yeah.
they do. Because they had it in
Little
Mykonos.
cute little
They had it
spread,
in
little
Mykonos.
bread, little shrimps.
You always talk about bread.
Y'all know I love bread, and I feel like the bread in Greece is probably good.
It's time to get brunchy, y'all. I
It's
can't.
giving bread basket. Brunch this week's brunch abroad. We are going to the West Coast, which is very rare because I don't really love LA. But LA, this place was really good for a LA restaurant. They do
The
unlimited.
shade.
Sorry, y'all.
For an LA
Because y'all
restaurant.
know y'all like to eat cute. You know they like to eat cute salads, like rice bowls and smoothies. Like,
Where is the food?
which is fine for y'all. I love that. It's like giving very much fruit and salads.
Rice
And
cakes.
I'm here for that sometimes. But this place has unlimited dining, unlimited drinks. They do an unlimited brunch, also an unlimited dinner, which I was like very different for LA because
Yeah.
they don't be eating like that. The place is called Le Grand in LA, and they do a $45 unlimited brunch. So that includes bottomless brunch and bottomless mimosas.
Interesting.
So yeah,
That's a steal.
yeah, and they do like a dinner experience as well, which I think is $65 and
makes sense.
unlimited dining and unlimited cocktails.
What?
So that was just, I felt like very unique for LA's culture. I was like, okay,
Yes.
bottomless, unlimited. I don't see those words there often.
Facts.
So
LA
Grand.
listeners, tap in. Have you been?
and it looked cute too. It was like posh.
That is so.
It looked cute.
It's $45.
$45, all you can eat,
It's
all you
worth
can drink.
booking the flight. It's worth it.
I don't know.
She's
Gonna have to convince
see,
me.
Jasmine feels about LA as
Convince me a little
how I
more.
used to feel about New York.
Yeah, I need a little more convincing.
LA is a tough. It's a tough convincer.
Yeah, I think people either like
You
it's like
either
New
love
York, you either
or
love it or
you-
hate it. Yeah,
Or it's not a vibe. New York, I could find the vibe.
yeah, and that's why I'm like I don't hate it. I'm just not pressed to like go back.
Yeah, I feel you.
But maybe for this brunch,
Maybe.
maybe that's a good joint. Yeah, depending on how much the flight costs.
Touche. Last but not least, question of the day. Question of the day, Jasmine. What country do you most recommend for folks that want to experience the European summer? Because you know that's a thing.
It is a
it's whole
thing. I need to experience that.
They want to do the thing.
I don't know. You go first, because I'm like, I want to say all of them. Like everywhere,
like a
it's a
top three.
vibe. Yeah. So you go.
You want me to do top three?
Yeah, do top three.
Yeah, I feel like number one is Italy.
Literally.
The girlies got to get their Amalfi,
Yeah, and
Capri, all the things. I'd say number two is France. The south of France. Give it to me. Nice, Cannes, Monaco.
so beautiful.
Yes. And then I'd say number three is Greece.
Yeah, it's very similar. I was thinking Greece and Italy.
Yeah.
Italy, because you literally can do everything. Like you get that summer experience, but you also can still get a very pure Italian experience as well.
And then you can go get a countryside experience. And then, Italy is so beautifully, Italy is so beautifully layered. In
Absolutely.
That way.
Yeah. So I'm like, summertime, I feel like it would be perfect because you can, like you said, you get your heat, you can get your beach, you could do a little bit of that, but you also can move in and not be as hot and still, have good vibes, eat good.
Yeah.
Shop.
Definitely shop. Europe is missing me. You was about to say the same thing.
Yeah, I'll see y'all soon.
Europe is missing me.
See y'all soon, Europe.
It's missing me. Because, girl.
Yes.
It
I
can
need
do
a
no
summer.
wrong.
Summer in Europe is like, I don't think I ever did the summer in Europe.
Well, mostly because I'd be overwhelmed.
That's true.
Because it's so
It's
many
a thing.
people.
Yeah, because it's a thing.
Because at that point, it's vacationers mixed with locals. Because everybody is outside.
Yeah, because now we have our break, we have more
And their break is the
flexibility.
same time. So that's why it becomes an overwhelming thing.
Yeah, that's
but
true.
it is still, I feel like, something
You got to experience.
that you got to experience. Yeah. Well, I will say, I usually get to right before or right after.
Yeah, that would be good for a solo trip too.
All three of those destinations
That would
are
be great
for
for
solo.
Europe in the summer. Good solo trip.
100%. 100%. Safe, easy, chilling.
Yep.
100%. Yeah. What do you guys say? Did we hit all the good spots? Or do you guys got a couple others? Drop
Right.
them.
Let us know.
Drop them. Let us know. Don't hold the tea. Let us know where to go get our European summer if we didn't hit the hot spots correctly. What else we got? That's it?
I think that's it. Book that solo trip.
Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the episode on YouTube and listen wherever you get your podcasts.
Yes, and follow us on socials. 𝗕𝗏𝒂𝒗𝒆𝒍 on Instagram and on TikTok.
And of course, if you have a product, service, hotel, resort, destination, all the things, shoot us an email. info@travelflysexy.com. We'll pull up.
Yes, and if you're gonna book a solo trip, definitely browse our travel guides on travelguide@intl.com. We got you covered. You don't have to worry about setting up no itinerary. Everything's there. You could just make your reservations and go.
Period. Because honestly, having a solo trip is great, but having an easy, done-for-you trip is even better.
Period. Let us make it easy for you so you can book that solo trip finally. Because you know you want to.
You do. Oh, last thing I'll say, because Jasmine's not going to say it, if you need a community in the city of Philadelphia, Jasmine is hosting a Valentine's Day brunch this weekend.
On. It's Valentine's Day, y'all.
Per.
Yeah, so come see me. I'll be at Mirage Lounge on Friday, right? Saturday.
That you don't know.
Friday
It's
is
in the show
Valentine's
notes.
Day. It'll be Saturday. You can RSVP. And hopefully we'll see you there.
The girl is crazy, but that's okay.
Y'all know I'll be all over the place. But I'm here this weekend.
She's here. So pull up. I think that's our episode.
Yes. Book the solo trip.
Book
I
the
can't say
solo
it
trip.
enough.
See you guys next week. Bye.